Hi, welcome to Matters of Law. My name is Andrews Dodzi Adugu, and during this period, I'll be taking you through matters of law which are so exciting and would interest you to know. Join us on Facebook on Explore TV GH and on Instagram and YouTube on XTVGH. Today, we are discussing landlord-tenant relationship. Let's go for a quick commercial break. Welcome back. Landlord-tenant relationship. This relationship is governed by the Rent Act 1963 Act 220. Are you a landlord? Are you a tenant? What are your obligations under the law and what are your rights? There are two key things you need to know before you enter into any tenancy agreement or you enter into any tenancy. First of all, you need to establish that the person you are dealing with is actually the landlord or the owner of the premises, or that the person has authority of the landlord to deal with you or to lease the premises. Most people will refer to as caretakers. You need to establish that they have the express consent or authority of the landlord to be able to deal with you. The next thing we talk about is tenancy agreement. Do you have a tenancy agreement as a tenant? Do you know where you've kept it? Do you know the terms and conditions? As a tenant, you are required to ask for a tenancy agreement before you pay your rent that is due. This will allow you to know the terms and conditions of the tenancy agreement you want to enter into. A tenancy agreement may spell out that you are not required to come to the house beyond 10 p.m. or that all gates will be closed by 10 p.m. The agreement may also specify that all lights in the house should be off by 7 a.m. It may also specify or may also require that you are not supposed to make noise to a particular point. All these will help you to know how to stay in that particular premises or to use the premises. You are at liberty to discuss with your landlord the terms so that the terms are favorable to both of you. Remember, you need to study these terms and be comfortable before you pay for the rent. You also need to know that the landlord has to give you what we call a rent card. Are you a tenant? Do you have a rent card? What does the rent card contain? The rent card by law, according to section 20 of the Rent Act, is required to have the names and address of the landlord. It should also have your name and your address as a tenant and any other particulars that is required. If you are a landlord and you want to rent out premises, you are required by law to go to the rent control office to get a rent card so that you're able to give that to your tenants. And remember, you are entitled also to pay for rent tax. You need to pay rent tax to Ghana Revenue Authority because you have to pay your rent. Thank you for joining us for this session. Matters of law, the law reigns supreme. Make sure you share this with your friends on Facebook, YouTube, and on Instagram. Thank you.